You think you're safe. It's a pretty nice neighborhood, and apparently you're not.
We are hearing more reactions this morning from neighbors after a video has gone viral of a woman driving on the sidewalk chasing a child. What we're learning about the driver.
And I'm still tracking above average temperatures for the region, but changes this afternoon are prompting some new advisories in place. The details ahead.
Another North Idaho school district is planning to switch to a 4-day school week. Which school district and when it's supposed to take effect? Hey, I'm the new guy. Hey friends, it's good to be back here on the show with you. I'm Tim Pham.
Tim's finally back. I'm Jenny Power, and we are so happy that you're back, but you had some well-deserved time off.
Yes, it was much needed, and it was a long little sabbatical. It wasn't a sabbatical, it was just a vacation. I went to Thailand, check out some pictures. I wanted to show you a few. We'll talk about it a little bit later in the show, but yeah, I got to do a ton in Thailand. It was a full month of getting to explore the south to the north and back to the center. So did a little bit of everything, and glad to be back here though with you on the show.
Yes, we're so happy you're back, but hearing about all your adventures has also been like the highlight of my morning.
Yeah, lots of good fun to tell you about here a little bit later, but Jenny, my goodness, I stepped off the plane and I was like, I feel like I skipped a season. It feels like I went straight to summer.
It has been feeling so warm here across the inland Northwest, Tim. We are waking up to widespread sunshine yet again and some fairly mild temperatures. Right now we're at 55 degrees in Spokane. As we take a look region-wide, we're in the low 50s now for Coeur d'Alene, still in the mid-40s for my friends in Sandpoint, Idaho, though, and already in the mid-60s out toward Wenatchee. But yes, our temperatures have been above average, and we'll continue to see that as we move forward. Our current satellite and radar is calm and clear, so hardly even a cloud in sight, with some mild winds to go along with this. But by this afternoon, we are going to start to see some changes. Our winds are going to pick up to breezy levels and even gusty toward central Washington, which is why we do have some wind advisories in place for these areas shaded in tan. We're going to see winds sustained at 20 to 30 miles per hour, but gusts possible of 45 to potentially even 50 miles per hour. So make sure that you're closely monitoring any burn piles and you are prepared for this here. Folks, we are in for this dry stretch to continue, but the full timing of this system in just a few minutes. I also want to get you out the door with what we're seeing in your traffic impact alert. This is a live look for you here on I-90 and US 2, where so far things have been moving smoothly this morning. Dry road conditions. You'll just definitely want the sunglasses, and I'm not tracking any major collisions here at this hour. As we continue to take a look here across the region, this is out into Liberty Lake, where we are seeing some similar conditions. Drive times are about average, and the good news is no major collisions kind of interrupting the morning commute. We can see that things are moving smoothly as we take a look at our traffic maps here from downtown Spokane into the valley, and even through parts of North Idaho have been in the clear. Of course, this is something we'll continue to track as the morning commute goes on. Tim?
All right, Jenny, thank you. And new this morning, the Kootenai School District says they will introduce a 4-day school week for students starting next school year. The district superintendent says classes will be held Monday through Thursday, with students having Friday off. Right now, the district has not said when school will start and end or what holiday breaks will look like. They do join a growing trend of Idaho schools switching to a 4-day school week. The Washington State Supreme Court will not reinstate the new sheriff law while the lawsuit plays out. Last week, a Thurston County judge partially blocked the law after 4 Eastern Washington sheriffs sued. The state asked the courts to reinstate the law while the case plays out in court. The court declined to reinstate the new rules. Senate Bill 5974 was signed into law earlier this year and established stricter eligibility rules for sheriffs, police chiefs, and town marshals. This morning, more reaction from that shocking video in Cheney of a woman seen jumping the curb and chasing a child riding an electric dirt bike. KREM 2's Regan Gallo has more on the driver who was caught on camera.
Well, neighbors in Cheney here on Fruitvale Road, where I'm standing out right now and where this incident happened, say they're angry. They tell me that this driver lives in this area and that it's causing more tension in a usually quiet neighborhood.
Our duplexes in the video here, you know, and go, oh my God, that's literally across the street from my place.
Oh my God.
56-year-old Wendy Clement was originally booked into jail on first-degree attempted assault, DUI, and criminal trespass. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office said she was released from jail after her first appearance in court. But just this afternoon, we have learned that Wendy Clement has now been charged with second-degree assault and trespass and driving under the influence.
You think you're safe. It's a pretty nice neighborhood, and apparently you're not. People drive on the sidewalk to kill children. It was wild. It was really a surprise.
You could see he was getting out of there, like there was fear, in that video, and as a parent, to think if that would have been my child, yeah, I mean, I'd be very upset. I'd want charges brought.
After the incident on Fruitvale Road, authorities say Clement drove to a residence just about a mile away from this area and trespassed. That's when deputies were able to arrest her.
The camera in on the telephone could tell that, yes, she had been inside the house.
Now, I talked to that homeowner where she allegedly trespassed, Lloyd Gaines, and he says she was obviously intoxicated.
I was able to talk to her for a few minutes, and she claimed she was stopping by our house to buy some eggs. And I said, well, my wife's not home. You're going to have to call her. By the time I know it, she's stumbling off the porch and falling all over the place. I mean, she was obviously severely intoxicated.
Officials say she resisted arrest and kicked a deputy. They say also during the arrest, she originally denied being under the influence, but later admitted she had been drinking alcohol. Now, we will continue to report on this incident in this case as we learn more information. For now, I'm reporting in Cheney, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
Developing this morning, Spokane police are investigating a body found near the Centennial Trail in the Spokane River yesterday afternoon. Police got a call around 1 p.m. reporting a body was found. SPD says the Major Crimes Unit is taking over the investigation. We talked to people who live in the area saying that they came home and saw around 10 police cars. This is still an active investigation. We will update you as we learn more. New details now. Spokane police arrested a fourth person in connection with the deadly apple tree Inn stabbing that happened back in February. 45-year-old Tommy Ellens made his first appearance yesterday for first-degree murder and robbery charges. Court documents show Ellens is accused of going into the Apple Tree Inn with Richard Shepard and stabbing another man to death. Shepard was later killed by police. Police say Ellens and Shepard planned to rob the victim and at a meetup to buy drugs. Documents show also the two men were seen on surveillance video near the inn. Detectives found a glove in the pickup truck they allegedly used to get away. DNA in the glove matched Ellens, and the blood on the outside of the matched the victims. Ellens is expected back in court for an arraignment tomorrow. Greater Spokane Incorporated released new data from the latest version of The Pulse, a Spokane voter survey first launched in October of 2024. The data collected last month highlight concerns across Spokane County. The top concern among those surveyed was homelessness, followed by crime and public safety. The data also noted how quality of life in the region has gotten worse, with most of the people surveyed saying they considered moving out of the area, citing politics or cost of living as the top reason.
We are starting to see a notable shift that's emerging around taxes and the cost of living rising in importance. And I think this really underscores for us the growing concern around affordability for both families and businesses.
The data did find the nature and outdoors was the top reason why people loved living in the Spokane region. For a closer look at the data, we do have that on our website, krem.com. All new at 7, 2 hikers are recovering after getting attacked by a bear in Yellowstone. The attack happened Monday along the popular Mustic Falls Trail. Part of the park was temporarily closed as park officials investigated the incident. Right now, the park officials say one or more bears could have been involved, but did not specify which species. We are working to learn more information about the hikers.
And now coming up in your weather forecast here, we are seeing some sunshine to start, but we'll gradually see some increasing clouds through this afternoon with breezy winds moving through. This is going to even prompt some advisories, but temperatures are trending even a little bit warmer than where we were at yesterday. 78 degrees this afternoon for Spokane, 77 for Coeur d'Alene, with some low to mid 80s out towards central Washington. This is well above average here for this time of year. Our average in Spokane, typically they're at about 64 degrees, and we are going to watch for the slight chance of isolated thunderstorms later on today up near the Canadian border, but I'm tracking this in my extended forecast in just a few minutes.
Today, the Coeur d'Alene Resort is celebrating their 40-year anniversary. Wow, happy 40th birthday. The resort opened back up in 1986. To mark the occasion, the resort is unveiling a newly renovated front entry, which will feature new art and landscaping. The resort also announced that the Sherman Tower, which has been under construction, is almost complete. Well, tonight, the pavilion and clock tower will be glowing red to celebrate National Nurses Week. Starting tonight until May 12th, certain buildings and landmarks will be glowing red in the inland Northwest. And it's time for your wake-up call. We wanted to celebrate all of the nurses in our area and give them a big shout out. And even if they're not in our area, they can get a shout out. So you can text us or at 509-448-2000, a picture or just a message. Someone's giving a shout out to all of the nurses at the Regional Stabilization and Crisis Center, Horizon Hospice also, and someone saying my brother Kevin, a nurse for many years, retired now, making handmade hardwood arrows. Pretty cool. But yeah, they do so much for all of us and all patients across our area. So a big thanks to them. Text us 509-448-2000. Still ahead here on Up With KREM, there are all types of different animal live streams from eagles to moose. But what about puppies? That's a cam that I could get behind. We'll tell you about the Denali National Park sled dog puppy cam. But first, a potential peace deal could be in the works in the Middle East. What we know about the situation after the break. But first, let's take you live outside with a look from our camera at the pavilion at Riverfront Park. It's going to be a beautiful day. Get outside today, enjoy the sunshine, go for a walk. It's going to be a great midweek forecast. Be sure to stick around for Jenny's full weather forecast.